Good afternoon all. So today we'll study the break, continue and pass statement in a Python. So firstly we'll study about the break. Break statements are nothing but these are the statements which are used to terminate the execution of the nearest enclosing loop in which it appears. So here one example is given, one while loop is given. In while loop, we'll check whether that test expression is true or false. If it is true, we'll execute the statements which are given within the while loop. And here in while loop, we have considered one more statement here, if statement. And in if statement, one condition is given. So if this condition is true, we are going to break this while loop. So whenever you are using a break statement in a loop, it is mainly used to terminate this loop. So with the help of this break statement, we are going to terminate while loop and will directly move to the next statement from your program. With the help of this break statement, we'll break this while loop and will directly move to the next statement in your program. We'll execute this part by using ideally. Okay, so here the break statement example is taken. The value of I is equal to 0 at the starting. After that, we'll check the value while I is less than or equal to 5. If it is true, here the value of I is equal to 0, which is less than or equal to 5, the condition is true. We'll move to the next statement here. I print I. So the value of I 0 will be printed. After that, end and this space will be added here. Increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I will become 1 here. 1 is less than or equal to 5. The condition is true, so we'll print 1 here. After that, increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I will become 2. 2 is less than or equal to 5. It is true, so we'll print 2 value here. After that, increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I will become 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. It is true, so we'll print 3 here. And after that, the condition here will check if I is equal to 3. Here the value of I is equal to 3. It is true, so when we are going to break this while loop and will directly move to the next statement in your program, means hello. So here 0 1 2 3 and the hello will be printed. As we have used break statement here, with the help of this break statement we are going to terminate the while loop here. Okay, if I value becomes 3, we are going to break this while loop and we'll directly move to the next statement, print hello. So here hello will be printed. We'll check whether the system is giving you the same output or not. We'll execute this program. Yes, it is giving you the same output 0 1 2 3 up to 3. It is printed, and after that, because of break statement, the while loop will be terminated and will directly move to the next statement, and in next statement hello is printed. Okay, now if break statement is given within the for loop, then we'll check it. So here in a for loop, the break statement is given. With the help of this break statement, this for loop will also terminated and will directly move to the next statement here. For that loop variable is given, if that variable value is in sequence, then we are going to execute all the statements which are given within the for loop. So all the statements which are given within the for loop, it will be executed. But in this statement, one condition is given. If this condition is true, we are going to break this for loop and will directly move to the next statement here. So the statement Z, which is out of this for loop, it will be executed whenever whenever the condition is true here. Okay, we'll execute this part again by using the ideally. So here for loop example is given. In this case, the range is given from 1 to 10. So here I value, it will be started from the value 1 up to 10 minus 1 up to 9. Means if this if statement is not given in your for loop, then this for loop will be executed 1 to 9 times. But here we have given this if statement. So here we'll check how this code works. So firstly, for I in a range 1 to 10. So here the I will be started with the value 1. So print the value of I. 1 will be printed. After that, increase the value of I by the 1. By default, the value will be incremented by 1 as we have not added third argument here. So now the value of I will become 2. We'll check 2 is within the range. Yes, it is a within range. So we'll print that value of I equal to print I. 2 will be printed. After that, we'll check whether the value of I is equal to 5. No, it is not. So we'll move to the, we'll increase the value of I by the 1 here again 3. 3 is within the range. So we are going to print it. And this condition is false. So we'll move to the next line and increase the value of I by the 1. Now it becomes 4. 4 is given within the range. So we are going to print it. After that, we'll check whether the value of I is equal to 5. No, it is not. So again, we'll move to the next line and increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I becomes 5. Yes, 5 is within the range 1 to 10. So we are going to print it. So 5 value will be printed here. After that, we'll check whether 5 is equal to 5, I is equal to 5. Yes, it is a true. So break this for loop and we'll directly move to the out of this for loop. So for loop will be break here. This loop will be terminated and we'll move to the next line from your program and the high will be printed here. So this will be the output for your program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the high will be printed. We'll check it whether we'll get this correct output, same output or not. Yes, it is giving you the output 1 to 5 will be printed, and after 5, because of this break statement, we'll terminate that for loop and we'll move to the next statement, which is a high. We'll execute this break statement again by using the nested loops. Now the nested loop is given here. For first loop is first for loop is given here, and here the first for loop it will check the value of I. It is within the range 5. As we have taken only one argument here, because of this, by default, the value of I, it will start from the 0, 0 to 4. It will be executed, means 5 times this first loop, outer for loop will be executed. And the inner for loop, here again the range is given 5, and it will also be executed for the 5 times. So here we'll check first one is suppose I value and the j value. At the starting, the value of I is equal to 0. Then print this one means we'll move to the next line with the help of this statement. Then for j in a range 5. So here at the starting, the value of j is equal to 0. So print star for that 0. First star will be printed. After that, add the space here. Then we'll check whether the value of j is equal to 2. No, it is not equal to 2. So we'll move to the next line. In next line, what we are going to do, we'll increment the value of j by the 1. Now the value of j will become 1 here. It is within the range 5. So we'll print next star here and then the space will be added. We'll check whether the j value is equal to 2. No, it is a 1. So we'll keep it as it is. Will not, this condition is false. So we'll not move to the break here. Then again increase the value of j by the 1. Now the value of j will become 2. So will 2, it is given within the range 5. So we are going to print the next star here. So third, this one star will be printed and after that space will be added here. Then we'll check with if the j value is equal to 2. Yes, it is equal to 2. So we are going to break this for loop. This for loop will be break and we'll move to the this outer for loop here. Okay. So whenever you are going to use the break statement within the nested loop, the loop, if that break statement is given within the inner loop, then the inner loop will be terminated and we'll move to the outer loop here. And now the value of I will become 1 here. Okay. Again, we'll move to the next line, print this one, means we are going to move to the next line here. J is equal to, will again check for j in a range 5. Again, this j value, it will be executed. 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 times it will be executed and 3 stars will be printed here. After that, again, because of this break statement, this inner for loop, it will be terminated and will move to the next for loop, outer for loop. And now the value of I will become 2 here. Likewise, here 0 to 4 times this star will be executed, means this first star, this one for the 0, 0, I equal to 0, for I equal to 1, for I equal to 2, for I equal to 3, and for I equal to 4. So 5 times these stars will be executed. We'll check it whether it is working or not. And at the end, the high will be printed here, and high will be printed on the same line as will we are adding end space here. Because of this, high will be printed on the same line. So we'll check it whether the system is giving you the same output or not. So if you are using a break statement within the inner loop, then here with the help of this break statement, this inner loop will be terminated, but the outer loop you're going to execute it as it as it is. Okay. Yes. So these stars will be printed 5 times here. First row, second row, third, fourth, and the 5. For I equal to 0, this row will be printed first row. For I equal to 1, this row will be printed. I equal to 2, 3, and the 4. Okay. The same condition is explained here. If the nested loops are there, then because of this break statement, will break this inner loop and will move to the next statement from the outer loop. Okay. Now the next one is continue statement. With the help of this continue statement, here what happens whenever the compiler encounters this continue statement, then the rest of all the statements in the loop are skipped and the control is unconditionally transferred to the loop continuation portion of the nearest enclosing loop. So here if in a while loop you are using the continue statement, then if this condition becomes true, because of this continue statement, all the remaining statements will be skipped from the while loop. Remaining statement from the while loop is statement Y. This statement will be skipped and we are directly moving to the, we are unconditionally transferred to the loop continuation portion. Okay. We'll execute this part again by using the ideal. So here one example is given, while loop, and one condition is given. In while loop, first of all, we need to initialize the value of I equal to 0. After that, the condition is given whether the value of I is less than 5. If it is true, we'll move to the next statement, I equal to I plus 1. The value of I will be incremented by the 1. So now the value of I, here it will become 1. Then we'll check whether the value of I is equal to 3. No, it is not equal to 3. So we'll print 1 and then again move to the condition here. While 1 is less than 5, yes, it is less than 5. Now increase the value of I by the 1. So now the value of I will become 2 here. Then if I equal to 3, is it true? No. So we'll move to the next statement and 2 will be printed. After that, for 2, we'll check 2 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. So now increase the value of I by the 1. So now the value of I will become 3. If 3 is equal to 3, yes, it is true. So here continue, this statement will becomes true and will move to the continue statement here. And as continue statement executed, it will directly move to the while loop here. It will skip all the statements after this continue statement and we have directly unconditionally transferred to the while loop here. Okay. And because of this, 3 will not be printed here. We'll directly move to the while loop here. Now the value of I is equal to 3 here. 3 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. Increase the value of I by the 1, 4. Now it is not equal to 3. So now increase, print the value 4 here. Then 4 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. So 4 plus 1. Now the value of I will become 5. 5 is not equal to 3. So this condition is false. We'll print the value 5 here. Now 5 is less than 5. The condition is false. So we'll move to the next line and the hello will be printed. Hello will be printed on the same line. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 3 will be skipped here. So whenever continuous statement occurs in your uh, program, then at that time what happen will all the statements after this continue, it will be skipped and the control is directly transferred to the while loop here. Okay, to the loop where it is going to execute. Okay. So we'll execute this part and we'll check whether it is keeping that third I equal to third part. Yes, it is keeping that I equal to third part, and you will get 1, 2, 4, 5, and hello. The output will be printed here. So whenever you are using continuous statement in your program, whenever the compiler encounters that continuous statement, the rest of the statement in the loop, all the rest of the statements in the loop, in while loop statement y is there, the statement will be skipped and the control is unconditionally transferred to the loop continuation portion. So the loop continuation portion here it will be transferred and again that loop will be executed. Okay, so all the statement after this continue, it will be skipped here. The same in the same way in for loop also, if continuous statement occurs, the then the control will directly move to the loop for loop here. All the statements after this continuous statement, it will be skipped. So the statement y will not be executed and directly move to the that control will directly move to the for loop here. In case of the nested loop, in nested loop also the same condition will occur whenever the continuous statement occurs here. If the continuous statement occurs in inner for loop, then the statements after this continue, it will be skipped. Statement y, which is given within the inner for loop, it will be skipped and the control will directly move to the for loop. Inner for loop control will move to the same inner for loop, but the statement y will not be executed for that one time. Okay, we'll execute this part again by using the ideally. Here in a nested loop, we have used continuous statement for j equal to 2. So here for the first I value, it will be in range 0 to 5, and for j also the value will be in a range 0 to 5. So if this continuous statement is not there, then this for loop it will be executed 5 times, and because of this continuous statement, the print statement it will be skipped for the one time, and because of this star will be printed for the 4 times for each row. Okay, this row will be executed 5 times, as here in outer for loop no continuous statement is there. So because of this outer for loop, it will be executed 5 times. So 5 times on 5 row, the stars will be printed, but the stars will be printed on only 4 times, as here continuous statement we have used. It will be skipped for the one time here whenever the value of j is equal to 2. We'll run this. So here you will get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows as the value of I is equal to 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stars will be printed as the star for the j equal to 2. It will be skipped because of continuous statement. Now we'll move to the pass statement. In case of pass statement, it is mainly used when a statement is required syntactically, but no command or code has to be executed. So if in your while loop or whatever the statements you are using, if by syntax if in a syntax it is written that you need to add that statement, then you can use pass statement here. Pass statement, it is used whenever you don't want to perform any operation on your code. It is also known as a null operation or simply no operation statement. We'll execute this part by using ideally again. In this while loop, here we have taken the one condition I equal to 3, but we don't want to add any statement here. So I have just written here pass. Okay. With the help of this statement, with the help of this while loop, you will get the output that you are going to print the value of I here from 0 to 4. you're going to print the value of I from 0 to 4 here. And as I have written here pass, here no operation will be performed. Whenever the value of I become 3, no operation will be performed. And because of this, with the help of this uh, program, you will get the output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 4. It will be printed as here I have written I is less than equal to 5. Whenever the value of I becomes 5, you will this while loop will be stopped and we'll move to the next statement. Hello will be printed. So we'll check it. It is giving you output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the hello it will be printed here. Okay. So if you are not writing this statement, then also you will get the same output here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and hello. So that's why pass statement is known as a it is a no operation statement. Okay. Just in case of if loop, here you have written if loop, if statement. Now, in if statement, you need to add some statements here. And because of this, if just we have used pass here, if you are going to run this, you will get an error that in if statement, you need to add some statements as in a syntax it is written. So we can add pass statement here and we can run this program. Okay, you will get the same output. Thank you.